Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading for the week of February 13 through 19, 2024. This is a reading for you if you are a Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising, or have some other significant Taurus placement in your chart. If you are returning to this channel, welcome back. It's good to have you back again, and I hope this is a really good reading for you this week. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. And if you do like this video, and if you find that these readings are helpful, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Also, if you can give it a thumbs up, and leave me a comment if you choose. Let me know how I did and how things are. Down in the description below, I have links to my website, liminalreiki.com, which is my spiritual coaching website, where I also do astrology, tarot, Reiki, human design, a number of things. So if you want to check that out, that's in the description below, as well as a link to my PayPal donation link for anybody who is interested in donating, which of course you don't have to do that, obviously, but those who are interested, it's there, and thank you to those of you who have. And also I have the links to the handles, at least, from my social media, if you want to follow me on Instagram or on Facebook. Okay, so this week we are doing, as always, a horoscope spread. So we are doing a reading according to the houses of astrology. So the meanings of the cards are going to be interpreted with respect to the house. I use the Cartouche deck. That is my main deck that I use when I read, and I clarify with the tarot deck. And the tarot deck I'm using this week is the Mythic Tarot by Juliet Sharman Burke. And I'm going to follow up with an oracle reading from the Moonology deck. So, starting at the beginning. Okay, Taurus, first house. Okay, this is Aries energy. This is about your personality, how you present yourself to the world, how others see you, how you want to be seen. Queen of Pentacles with the twins. Okay, this is interesting because twins is almost Gemini or Libra energy. And the Queen of Pentacles is, of course, your own Taurian energy. It's this own earth energy. It's very solid. So, I don't know. I feel like with the twins, you may be somebody who's opening up to relationships with others. Perhaps if you feel like you've been more introverted or been away from people for a while, you may have a personality that's more open, possibly reflective of another person. Sometimes this comes up if somebody's in love or very much involved in a relationship. Sometimes this will come up to say that you may be reflecting the personality of another. Or even if you just have somebody who's very influential in your life right now, this can be an aspect of that. It can also indicate that you are showing two different personalities to people. Okay, maybe you're, for whatever reason, you're one way with one group of people and a different way with another group. Either way, I think overall here you're trying to project a sense of security, a sense of confidence. Queen of Pentacles is somebody very warm, somebody people are usually comfortable with, and somebody who just seems like they have their feet on the ground. So I think you do, but you still may be, for whatever reason, showing two sides of yourself to people. Second house is your own energy. This is Taurus, and this has to do with your finances. It has to do with your possessions, potentially with your values. Okay, so we have air with the Five of Wands. So there seems to be a little bit of a struggle regarding money. Five of Wands seems to indicate a struggle coming from the outside a lot of the times, although it could be an internal struggle. Maybe you're concerned too much about other people's expectations. Maybe you've been struggling, to make money. Maybe if you're in your own business, for instance, maybe you feel like there's a lot of competition here. But Five of Wands is a more playful card. I mean, I know a lot of people see it as a card of quarreling and maybe people interloping who don't have any business doing so. That could be the case, but a lot of times I feel like Five of Wands has a more playful energy to it, more like there's some competition. Maybe there's competition for funds or resources, but we have it with air. So yeah, I feel like the not very serious aspect of this applies. Air can indicate making money through communications, through writing, or through something like that. That might apply for somebody here. And again, this may be a situation where you have a lot of competition, but this also could just have to do with communications regarding money. Maybe there is a quarrel over money. Maybe there's resources to be had, and there's some competition for it, and there may be some messages about that. or back and forth communications. But either way, I mean, air and Five of Wands to me are not cards. If they do represent an obstacle, it's not one that's difficult to overcome. Okay, this is all kind of lightweight stuff that may be passing by quickly. For some of you, this could actually mean that a situation that has felt competitive or contentious is going to blow over. Okay, because air has to do with detaching from a situation. So if money has been too much on your mind, if you've been struggling too much with it, it's time to detach. It's time to say, no, I'm going to stand back and let things be, go with the flow a little bit. I feel like that's the message there. Okay, so third house, this has to do with messages. This is Mercury, Gemini energy. So it can have to do, if you're in your own business, this would be the house of self-effort. Can have to do with sibling relationships, back and forth with siblings. It can have to do with short-term travel, anything connected to Mercury, really, technology, stuff like that. I feel like, yeah, Mercury here, I mean, overall, this is a house of messages and communication. So I think that, and on a broader scale, because again, if I get individual messages in these readings, I'm going to say what they are. But I also trying to read things more broadly, because in a general reading, different aspects will apply to different people. So, okay, so we have Ankh with the Four of Cups. Now, this is interesting because for some of you, Ankh could indicate a love offer coming in or messages about love. But with the Four of Cups here, you may have somebody who is, I don't know, you either may not be satisfied with what's on offer, you may be reluctant to accept what's offered, maybe you don't trust it. Now, being this is the house of siblings, now Four of Cups is not a card I usually interpret in this light, but the scene that's on this is the sister's Psyche here in the middle. Okay, this is the myth of Eros and Psyche in Greek mythology. Greek and Roman, really. I think it's called Amor and Psyche in that one. But Psyche here is married to Cupid or to Eros, and she doesn't see him. He's invisible. And he comes to her at night. He seems like a really great guy. She's living in all this opulence. But the sisters come in and they're questioning. And they're saying, that supposedly you're married to a monster, like, because that's the whole myth. Like, maybe you need to question that. Maybe you need to look at things. So I bring this up because there could be some sister energy that is trying to, that maybe is dissatisfied or is making you doubt or double think something, being that this is the house of siblings. Now, if you don't have siblings, then obviously that's not a message for you. But for somebody that could be at issue here, maybe it is over a romantic partner. Maybe it's over, I mean, Ankh just has to do with life. So for some people, maybe this has to do with the life or death of somebody in the family. So for instance, if you have like an older parent or family member, maybe who is towards the end of life, maybe there's some disagreement with siblings about something. That's possible here. But I don't really think so. When I see Ankh, this is more of a loving life, following your heart, being authentic, living life to the fullest. And I feel like this is something you're being drawn to, but with this Four of Cups, there's a sense that there's an opportunity being handed to you that you may not be looking at. So make sure that you're not missing an opportunity here, Taurus. I feel like you have a chance to get your dreams, to get your wishes here. Okay, fourth house. This is the home, the environment. This is Cancer energy. So it could have to do with your home, your family, where your physical home, where you live, your sense of security, and potentially with the mother as well. Okay, so we have Urias with the Two of Pentacles. Now that's interesting because, again, I just had that message about family for somebody, and Urias definitely indicates something not being what it appears to be, or something that maybe you're keeping a secret from. Now, I'm seeing this energy in the first house of you not sharing certain things, and I'm wondering if it's saying you may have something connected to your home environment, or there may be something that you're keeping from your family or from a family situation. Like Urias is about not being obvious in a lot of ways, or something not being what it appears to be. So the reverse could be true as well. There could be somebody in your family, perhaps the mother, because this is the house of the mother, where something is not what it appears to be. And I don't know, that can go either way. Usually when I've seen Urias, it indicates something is better than what it appears to be. But there's definitely an element of the unexpected here. And you have it with the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is about making choices. It may also be about juggling things. So I don't know. I feel like in this particular house, maybe you are juggling a lot of things right now. Two of Pentacles, I mean, it can also just indicate going with the flow. Sometimes Two of Pentacles has to do with the natural flow of things, but being very busy all the time, multitasking. But I feel like there's going to be something unexpected that's going to bring a choice about of some kind in the home sector. It doesn't have to be a negative thing, because I'm not seeing this as like, say, a Tower moment where there's a crisis necessarily, but there is something unexpected, I feel, connected to home or family that's going to be coming up. Okay, fifth house is Leo energy. Leo has to do with creativity, children, love affairs, and again, not necessarily all three will apply. Obviously, if you're married, you're not looking for a love affair. If you don't have children, then that's not a thing. And if you might say, well, creativity, I'm not doing a creative project. Well, this also has to do with recreation, leisure, and things that we do for that. So people who play sports and stuff like that as well. There could be hobbies and things can be connected to this house. Okay, and we have Ta with the Hierophant. So for some of you, okay, if you are somebody who's either dating or single, okay, and this seems to be a message for somebody, at least for somebody who likes men. I'm not just going to say for a woman, because obviously there are men who like men too. But Ta here is a very strong masculine energy in this house. Now, again, this is also the master craftsman. So this could be a hobby or something that has to do with building or building something up, or more metaphorically, building a hobby into a business, say, or something like that. There's definitely this idea of creativity that is has to do with manual dexterity for someone. But this can also have to do with men and the finer qualities of masculinity. And with the Hierophant, I feel like the Hierophant, okay, so for some of you, this could be a skill or talent that is connected maybe to teaching, because the Hierophant to me is a teacher. Or so you could be getting a teacher, maybe going to teach you something creative or something new. Or maybe you are the teacher, okay, because Hierophant is your own energy, it's Taurus energy. And, excuse me, Ta is Capricorn, Saturn energy. So I feel like there's definitely this idea of trying to put down roots with something. If you are in a love relationship, or if you are dating someone or interested in dating someone, this suggests to me that you are ready for a higher level of commitment. Like the Hierophant is more traditional. You're not looking to say date. This is definitely not an energy of dating a lot of different people. It's the idea of, I want one person and I want a higher level of commitment. So you may be, if you are looking for a man, then you may be looking for a man who's willing to commit at this point. Like you're not fooling around. If that's not on the table for you, then I feel like this has to do with, and I don't know, some of you, if you have children that are old enough to be in relationships, maybe this refers to them, okay? But this is definitely a sense of, kind of very practical energy here in the house of creativity. So either this is you getting serious about funding or finishing some kind of creative venture and maybe turning it into something, maybe to the thing you want over here, honing your craft, or it could just be something that's connected in some way, either to the crafts or to teaching in some way, or you being taught something. So take it as it resonates. Okay, sixth house. This is Virgo energy. This has to do with health matters. It has to do with things that we are worried about. And it also can have to do with a job. If you work for somebody, if you're employed, then this could be about your employer, your employment situation. Sometimes with pets as well. Okay, Buckle of Isis with the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, something is definitely coming to an end. So for some of you, this could be a job that you're walking away from. With Buckle of Isis, there's the idea that something is being walked away from or given up for a greater reward. Okay, in the health house, okay. If you are a woman, and a woman who's, let's just say 35 and older, who's watching this, and you are having health issues right now, I would definitely see your gynecologist or maybe an endocrinologist, because probably your gynecologist first, because I feel like there may be hormonal issues affecting you. With Ten of Swords, for some of you, this literally could indicate going into menopause, okay, and everything connected with it. So yeah, so there could be kind of a change here that's going on that maybe is affecting you, maybe potentially physically and emotionally. Even some kind of worries, if you find yourself more anxious about things, that's a possibility that's connected to that as well. Now again, not necessarily 100%, obviously, if you're not at that age, or actually even if you're younger, I mean, this still could indicate that our bodies change every 7 years. You could be going through some kind of a hormonal shift, even if you're younger than 35, even if it's not menopause, okay? So it's just saying that that's kind of an issue. I think for women here who might be having health issues, I think a visit maybe to your regular doctor and maybe your gynecologist is probably on the table here. Because it could be just something and you may think, well, no, I get headaches or I get stomach aches or I get this, but they could be hormonally connected, trust me. So yeah, so there could be something going on there. And again, I always make the disclaimer, I am not a doctor. This is just what the cards are saying, and if there's an issue, definitely take it up with your doctor. Okay, so this is, so yeah, but nonetheless, there's definitely the sense here, if it doesn't have to do with that, then this is definitely about the idea that you are going to finally stop something, stop worrying about something, or leave a job, or do something, and whatever it is that you're giving up or breaking away from here, there's going to be a greater reward for doing that. Okay, 7th house is, okay, this is relationships, long-term relationships. So those of you looking for higher level of commitment, this is the house you want to be looking at. Whether or not a partnership is going to be a higher level of commitment, and also whether you are going to, well, if you're in a partnership, okay, this would represent a marriage partnership or any other kind of legal partnership, business partnerships, things like that. Okay, so we have Queen of Cups with Nepothus. So if you're looking for a higher level of commitment with somebody, this person doesn't seem to be ready for it yet, okay? Nepothus doesn't have to be no. I mean, sometimes if we're totally single and we're like, I'm looking for the one, you know, we always have this idea of the one, right? Nepothus would be saying we haven't met the one. But I feel like with what I'm seeing down here, I feel like there is somebody with whom there's a possibility of a higher commitment here, but not yet. Like this person I feel like is still shy or hanging back in some way. But there's still a lot of love here. Queen of Cups definitely indicates a woman, you know, it could be a woman or a man, honestly. I mean, gender doesn't have to matter, but there's definitely a sense of a lot of love. Maybe it's a situation where you have to go more on what's felt, maybe you're taking a very practical approach, and it may be saying you need to listen to your heart more rather than maybe looking at the externals of a building situation. Maybe it's saying, okay, or maybe something is slowly building into something, but it's not built yet, you know, or maybe there's more to come. If you're already married, then this could indicate you could have a partner maybe who's going through some emotional stuff, maybe through some healing. Maybe they've seemed a little bit withdrawn lately, but they seems like they're just needing to take some time out to figure something out. We like to work on things together, but sometimes people do need to work on things alone. So this would be suggesting showing love and being receptive is the best way to go with this situation like that. This could also just be saying that if you're looking for somebody, that there will be somebody on the horizon potentially if you don't feel like there's an existing love affair or anyone you're interested in, but maybe you have not seen that person yet. In a business partnership, again, there seems to be this idea of somebody taking some time out for some kind of healing. So take it as it resonates. Okay, 8th house is Scorpio energy. And Scorpio is about transformations, big transformations, life, death stuff, esoteric stuff. People, this is the house of the occult and things like that, people who are interested in the occult or tantra or things like that. It also can have to do with other people's money. Now we have Scarab with the King of Wands. Okay, it's really funny because I just did Aries, and this is the card of Aries. So for some of you, I don't know, I feel like you might be making a new start with an Aries. Because I literally just did their reading and this exact card showed up. Not this card, but this one showed up. So yeah, this definitely indicates a new beginning for some people. I mean, there could be a family member who's passed away, like an older family member or something that is possible here, because sometimes this can indicate a new beginning in terms of other people's money. So there potentially, this isn't really a card of legacy. I think they had the Justice card in the other one. So that could have been a legal thing. But so that's it's not impossible. Don't read it as a prediction that that's going to happen if there's nothing going on. This is just that might apply for some people. But nonetheless, whatever it is, we see this ending here with the 10 of Swords. There's the end of some kind of worry or concern here, and there's a new beginning. So this is great. This is actually great news. This is a new start. A chance for a fresh start. And with the King of Wands, now this could be you, this could be another person. So you could be making a fresh start with somebody who is a very determined go-getter. Like I said, this is very strong Aries energy. Could be you as well. I mean, a lot of Taurians may also be very close to Aries in terms of the time of they're born, or may also have strong Aries in their chart. So it could be you. Nonetheless, the King of Wands is definitely a person determined to get what they want. and it's the culmination of the fire suit. So this is somebody who not only is determined to get what they want, but has the resources to do so. This, if it has to do with other people's money, maybe this is money coming in from somebody else at some point who matches this description. Or maybe you're just going to be a very determined person at the time of this new beginning. Either way, this is actually very, very, very strong, very powerful energy for making change and for moving forward. Okay, ninth house. This is Sagittarius energy. Yes, I was like, no, that's not right? Yes, it is. This is Jupiter energy, so this is about expansion. It's about higher education and higher ed institutions. It can be about religious institutions. So if you happen to be a religious person, that would fall into here, like, you know, someone's church or synagogue or mosque or whatever. That would be something connected here. Your Wiccan coven, whatever it is. And it can also have to do with long distance travel and basically learning and expanding your horizons generally. This is about deeper thought. While the communications and thought of the third house is a little bit more pragmatic, this is more, this is a little bit deeper. Okay, now we have Sirius with the devil. So the devil indicates a situation where we may be hanging on to something toxic. There's some kind of toxic energy here, or even if it's not like really toxic, at least there's some kind of an attachment here to something. And with Sirius in this position, Sirius says to me, yeah, there's a need to broaden one's horizons. This is Capricorn and this is Aquarius, okay? So think about the fact that Pluto has just moved from Capricorn to Aquarius, okay? There's a need to get out of Capricornian thinking, I think, is more what this is about, given the nature of this house, and that you are going to be moving into something. Now, this does require some effort. This will require some mental gymnastics. You know, when we are comfortable in a way of thinking about things, it's not always easy for us to shift our way in thinking. But it does seem like we are putting effort towards something, and we may be fighting with this urge to kind of either keep things as they are or to be tied to situations that are no longer serving us. Remember, down here we have the Ten of Swords. There's time for an ending, and there's a time to, buckle Isis is a time for giving something up and moving on. So for some of you, maybe there's a religious idea that you're hanging on to that is not allowing you to move ahead. For some of you, maybe it's just something you've learned, or maybe you're learning new things and maybe you're showing a resistance to them. Not sure what it is, but nonetheless, I feel like there's a need to move here into to broader thinking rather than narrow horizons. As far as travel goes, yeah, I mean, that's a type of broadening your horizons as well, but maybe there's some difficulties around that. You know, Sirius doesn't have to be difficulties, just something that requires an effort. Okay. Then we have Capricorn energy in the 10th house. This is about your fame, reputation, your career, your legacy, like what you're going to be known for, and also with father energy. Okay, we have Crook and Flail with the Six of Cups. So there is a potential family vibe here for some of you. Definitely with Crook and Flail, okay, this is the house of reputation, then this is you being seen as an authority, okay? Actually, that makes me think in the 9th house that some of you may be thinking you don't have the authority. You're not the authority. Maybe if you're making money this way, maybe that's why you have the 5 of Wands. Maybe you are thinking you're not as good as somebody else, or you don't know as much as somebody else. That's possible. And this would be saying you absolutely have the authority. You absolutely know what you're doing. I mean, you've got you've got the Hierophant down here. I mean, this is strong teacher energy. And you've got the 8 here, and 1 plus 7 is 8 here. So I don't know if the number 8 is going to be significant for you. 8s, generally speaking, have to do, you're not quite at the stage of completion, but you're pretty darn close. And 6 of Cups, yeah, this could be something from the past. So I don't know. For some of you, this could be past life stuff. This could be childhood, looking back on childhood things. Usually it's a card of nostalgia in a happy way, but it also could be clinging to ideas of the past, and maybe having an issue from the past revisiting you right now, and there may be a need to tackle that in order to claim your authority and to move forward. So yeah, or for some of you, maybe there has been, this has already happened. Maybe you've been, you were struggling with a past situation and now you're ready to step into your own power. Either way, I mean, in someone's career, this could be a promotion, but nonetheless, there's visibility and authority being shown here. So, I mean, I suppose the other possibility here is that there could be maybe somebody from the past who is an authority who's going to come in and help you, especially with this Hierophant energy. But I don't feel like this is about reclaiming tradition. I think it's about finding where tradition has its place and then moving forward into your own spot. I don't feel like this has to do with just doing what was done before. Maybe that's why you're kind of not showing things to family right now. Maybe there's a strong pull from family and tradition about how you should do things. And maybe you're being pulled in a different direction, and you're trying to establish security here. So there's a bit of this conflict here. But yeah, definitely there's this strong, I mean, you have air in the second house here. That's also, air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So this is a more Aquarian energy. There's definitely a sense that you are moving towards the different way of thinking. As Taurus, you tend to be very earthbound. You tend to be very practical, slow, plodding. You don't necessarily like to make change. And this is saying that, and this is a repeating pattern from the past. So no, it's time to put that pattern to rest over here. Okay. This is Athena holding up her hand to the Furies. I mean, it's time to let go of guilt. Time to move ahead. Okay. 7th house. This is Aquarian energy, speaking of, and this is about relationships, partnerships, business networks. This can have to do with also with your goals and with your destiny as well. Okay, we have Osiris with the Lovers. Okay, Osiris again. This is about leadership. This is fire, so this is usually considered Sagittarius. It can also be Aries, I think, and so this could represent a friend. Okay, this is the house of friendship. A friend maybe who's going to turn into a lover. Don't know. Maybe that's why you're thinking about a higher level of commitment. Maybe you have a friend who you're saying, hey, I want this to turn into something. It doesn't seem like they're quite there yet, even though it does seem like there is interest there. The Lovers can also just mean the need to make a choice, though. So if love is not on the table for you, there may be decisions that you're making. And it's interesting here that you're showing this kind of ambivalence in the first house with the twins. So yeah, there's something here. Whether this is about a path you're going to take to go forward, maybe you're making a decision about, and maybe you're thinking about your stability and security. There's a lot here that indicates that you are very concerned about practicality, stability, things like that. And you do have this choice down here in your second house too, which is your house of security and family. So there's a lot here about making choices that maybe center around stability, around good judgment, around planting seeds in the proper places. So it could be that, or this could just be a friendship that maybe is that's becoming more solid and maybe is going to turn into a love thing. I feel like these are all possible. The same things are not going to apply to everybody. It's going to depend on your situation. But generally speaking, I feel like there's some choices that maybe you're going to be making around your own stability. But Osiris is a very good omen. It suggests that you have good judgment. Again, there's this idea that you have leadership. You may be shortchanging yourself in thinking that you have that or don't have that. Okay. Finally, we have the 12th house, Pisces energy. This is about what you're hiding in the sense of possibly from yourself. It could be what's unconscious, what's repressed, or what you're afraid of. Now we have the Empress with Earth. Wow. Okay. This is totally your energy here. So this is in the 12th house. So you may be in this kind of have been in this hidden space. Maybe you're trying to get out more over here. But there's definitely concern about seeds that have been planted. There may be concerns about finances and abundance. This may be a secret worry that you have. And also with this over here, I think for you, Taurus, that's always a thing. You're always going to be worried about this kind of thing, but I'm feeling like you need to take a different approach to this. I feel like there's going to be changes around your money, changes around your home situation. Yeah, you've got air and Urias in your two houses of security and movement. So that's definitely movement, change, unexpected things coming in. So I think this is a reflection of what you're afraid of, not necessarily what's going to happen. And overall, you have the 7 of Pentacles with Sphinx. Okay, yeah, wait and see. 7 of Pentacles says, I feel like with everything, with relationships, with money, with your career, something's coming. Okay, 7 of Pentacles is something is coming. Okay, so something is definitely coming, and so right now you just need to be patient and wait and see. So there's some kind of a situation here where you are, you're ready to make choices, you're ready to move on. You may be concerned about how seeds you've planted, how they're growing, But this is all saying certain things that you are bringing to an end right now are for the good, okay? It does feel like love and higher commitment may be on the table, just not yet. There is change coming in. There is going to be movement ahead. There could be, I feel like this is going to be another person you're going to be partnering with, again, potentially fire sign. And you are still negotiating old Capricornian ways of looking at things and moving into more expansive thinking. And you will have some choices to make, but for right now, just wait. There's still things are still developing. So let's do the Moonology cards and let's see what your overall advice is for this week, Taurus. And let's see what message we have for Taurus this week. Nope. Okay. Waxing crescent moon. Have faith in your dreams. Yeah. And really, in the booklet, the meaning of this card is, it may appear like things are not manifesting right now, but they are. Don't think that just because, you know, everything hasn't perfectly formed in front of you that it's not happening. So I think this is a really good message and very, very hopeful. So things are happening, Taurus. Things are happening. The stuff you're worried about here, this is growing, okay? And yeah, we've got cards, all of your energy, Pentacles, Hierophant, Empress. You are definitely moving into a stable situation if things have been unstable. You are definitely moving out of traditional patterns, I think, into, at least in terms of maybe family expectations or maybe societal expectations, to doing your own thing. Yeah, I wouldn't let other people tell you what your expectations should be here. Although sometimes if people are pushing you to dissatisfaction, it can also push you to the next level of where you need to go. So yeah, so this all looks very, very good. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up and leave me a comment if you choose, and do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much and have a great week.